welcome to April's episode of Tea with Lisa. This month we're going to be talking about the Career Boost program in the South Carolina schools, and we've got some special guests with us here today from Walton Options, and they're going to tell us about the program, and then Cody is going to tell us about his experience going through the Career Boost program. So I'm going to start by letting them introduce themselves. We'll start with you first. Cindy, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Lisa, for having us today. We truly appreciate being here and having the opportunity to share a little bit about this program. My name is Cindy Anzik, and I am one of the directors here at Walton Options. I have been here for over 20 years and feel truly blessed to have my occupation.
Okay, Raphael.
And good morning, Lisa. My name is Raphael Howell, and I'm the Independent Living Transition Coordinator here at Walton. I've been here a little over a year now.
Cody, you want to tell us about you?
I'm Cody Glenn. First, thank you, Lisa, for having us on the show.
You're welcome.
I'm Cody Glenn. I am a peer support advocate. I've been here for 8 months, and I am also a alum of the Career Boost program.
Okay, excellent. So I guess we'll start off with a little bit of a kind of give us a little bit of history about Career Boost, what it is, how it came to be. We'll let you answer that part, Cindy.
Sure. Thank you, Lisa. I'd love to answer that a little bit. So the Career Boost program is actually the name of the program through the South Carolina Vocational Rehabilitation Department. The actual Pre-ETS programs are nationwide, and they come out of the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act as one of the extensions, referring to the 15% that vocational rehabilitation departments need to utilize in order to help transition-age students reach their fullest potential. So for Walton Options, the way that it kind of happened is that many years ago, we had a gentleman move to South Carolina from Utah, and he was currently working with the Commission for the Blind. Well, he had been working with Centers for Independent Living for a very long time, and he actually said to them, you know, why aren't we going to use Centers for Independent Living more in some of these programs that we're doing? And so luckily, he was able to convince everyone that that was the way to go, and we're certainly thankful for that. So we started a pilot program with the pre-employment transition services through the Commission for the Blind. As I typically try to do anyway, is with staff, I do my best to make sure that everyone is incorporated into the program. And so the staff themselves picked the name for this program, which for ours here at Walton Options happens to be, Raphael, would you like to share in that?
On the OEL program?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you remember what the acronym is?
The acronym.
Oh. Occupational Horizons Youth Empowerment.
That's right. Activities.
Activities.
And this is why I actually look to others, because acronyms are very difficult for me to remember. And we have a gentleman that has worked with us for a very, very long time who absolutely loves acronyms. So Occupational Horizons Youth Empowering Activities are the things that we refer to when we call our Pre-ETS program, which for the South Carolina Vocational Rehabilitation Department, they named theirs Career Boost.
Okay.
And that's why sometimes it is referred to as Career Boost.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Raphael, is this just for high school? Is it middle school? How does that work?
Yes, we start at the age of 14, and our focus is on the high school students.
Okay. Do you go into the middle schools at all, or?
Yes, we do go into the middle schools, and we kind of providing that path for them leading into high school.
Okay.
So, and then they continue through the program until graduation.
Okay. So once a student gets in the program, do they carry that all the way through high school? They would do it 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade?
Correct.
Okay. So
if I couldn't just interject just a little bit, it's very interesting to see how every state implements the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act Pre-ETS section. So in every state, what they need to do is to look at what is the age that they begin serving transition age youth. So for instance, Raphael, just like you said, in Georgia, it is age 14 through 21 or the first day of their 22nd birthday. However, for South Carolina, always have to be unique, the age there is 13. So that is very unique and unusual in itself, because that means that we're serving youth that are in middle schools as well, which has really been a wonderful opportunity for us, only in the sense that we are continuing to grow and to prosper within this program. So yes, that is correct.
How many schools do you currently do in South Carolina?
We are at 24 right now.
Okay. And is that all middle school, high school, or is that a combination of both?
It's a combination of both.
Okay. So what are some of the key components of the Career Boost program, Cindy, if you might share that with us?
Sure. And as Raphael was mentioning, that we're currently in 24 schools, and we're being asked, I think, weekly to add into new schools to add into that as well. However, I also just wanted to make mention that we're actually in 10 counties in South Carolina, and that was the lot that we bid for through the South Carolina Vocational Rehabilitation Department when they put out the request for proposal. So we've had this great opportunity to enhance this program and to continue to grow it. And what else did you want me to ask?
What are the key components of the program?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So yes, no, I appreciate that. So some of the key components are there are different service areas that we can provide within that, and as dictated through the request for proposal and our collaborative agreement and grant with SCVRD, South Carolina Vocational Rehabilitation Department. So there are different areas within the Pre-ETS program, and some of them would refer to, at least the areas that we are concentrating on, would be our work readiness, our self-advocacy, and our post-secondary career exploration.
Okay. So, Raphael, can you give us an idea of what kind of things are taught in the classrooms, and how often do your advocates go to the classrooms?
Well, they go to the classrooms daily.
Okay.
And then and they travel, do a lot of traveling.
Okay.
And well, I would like to also add on to the key components part as well. I believe what separates us from others is the fact of what our peer support program.
Okay.
And that's the one thing that separates, because anybody can go and instruct a curriculum. But then what separates us is the fact that we have peer supporters who have gone through those same experiences, and then they can share the same type of paths that the ones that we were trying to encourage those to have. So that's what separates us from it.
Okay.
But as far as we go into the classroom, and it's also our methods of teaching them as well. We don't just expect them to do work and we leave the classroom. We wanted to make sure that they are feeling inclusive about what we are trying to bring to them, because we do want to give them the opportunity to have a voice when we're there.
Okay.
Because a lot of times when we're not there, they don't have that opportunity to speak.
Okay.
So once we feel like the program is going to be a success, when we're at the end of the year, they can speak for themselves. They know what they want to do in life. And it's not just the curriculum that, develops a relationship with those students, because it's continuous. So once you're with Walton, it's until you say you don't need us anymore.
Okay.
But as far as the curriculum what we do in the classroom, we do have a state approved curriculum that we go in and approve. And then we do have other forms of that curriculum that, you may understand it a lot better than this individual here. So what we do is we'll provide the support for both individuals at the same time. So we won't take away from one to give to the other. Okay. You will be receiving the curriculum and the education and the support at the same time during our time inside the classroom. Okay.
So what kind of subjects do you cover, or topics, I guess, or what, do y'all do stuff like job skills, mock interview kind of stuff? Kind of give me an idea of what some of the stuff
hitting
is.
them. You're hitting everything. You're hitting them. Keep going.
What's some of the stuff y'all cover, like in a classroom?
Mm-hmm.
We cover exactly those that you just named, because we want to put them in a position where anything that we have experienced in life that they will be prepared for. Okay. So, of course, the next goal is, do you want to be post-secondary education, or do you want to go into the career field? Yeah. So we're going to try to remove all of what they have been told in their past that they can't do or what they want to do. We want them to determine, is this what you want to do? Then we're going to show you how to do that particular task. So if you want to go to school, then we're going to look at your options, where your location, and what it is you want to learn and get from that. Yeah. And that way you will be on that path. Okay. But you may have somebody who has this dream of working at a particular job. Mm-hmm. So we teach them everything from whether it's hygiene, whether it's interviewing skills, being an advocate for yourself as far as, the accommodations at your employer. Yeah. So which are very important items that they need to learn. Yeah. Don't just let anybody tell you what you have to do, what you're responsible for. And then so it's continuously, we focus, and sometimes the curriculum changes.
Yeah.
We may see that they may need to focus or maybe need a little stronger area. We'll designate that time to that. So it's whatever
I would
they
think
need.
advocacy would be a big part of what y'all do in the classroom, so that they
Absolutely.
know how to speak up for themselves in the classroom and at work, or if they're going on to another school after that. Cody, is that kind of your experience? Did you find
Yes,
that what kind of
Yes,
stuff did you learn when you were going through the program?
Basically, I learned that it was okay to have a voice because some kids don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
And when Walton Options came into the classroom for me, they showed me that I could have a voice and that I could be able to be productive.
Okay. So you feel like you learned a lot of skills that you're able to still use now, even though you're
Yes,
out of
ma'am.
school and in the workforce?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So, Cindy, can you describe the specific goals and outcomes of the OYEA program?
So they're varied as well, and they're also multifocal. So with the outcomes, of course, our ultimate outcome is to help students, transition age students, successfully transition into adulthood. And as Raphael was mentioning, we like to individualize that.
Yeah.
So that would be probably one of our most ultimate types of outcomes. And then, of course, to be able to show continuously that this program is affecting positively the lives of those that we serve, including the schools, the administration, the parents, of course, the teachers, and without a doubt, the students themselves. So that would be one as well. We would like to see increase in a student's ability to self-advocate, as Cody just mentioned, and very successfully, I might add, and also to do things like to understand what does it take to become work ready? So if we can hit all of those areas and do them positively, I think that's probably an indicator of the overall success of the program.
Thank you, Cindy, for that. Raphael, did you have anything you'd like to add to that?
No. It was all covered.
Okay. So, Cody, why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience in the classroom before Walton Options came along with the OYEA program?
It was awful. I mean, it was so bad. I was being bullied all the time. I didn't even want to be in a place like that inside of a environment that was that bad.
Yeah.
So I finally was going to drop out of school that same day. My teacher told me, wait 5 minutes because we have some people coming.
Yeah.
And just hear what they got to say. If you don't like it, then you can leave.
Yeah.
And I turned around and this man and woman came in for the door. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, who? I was sitting there thinking, I was like, who in the world is this coming in here trying to tell me how to live my life?
Yeah.
And in the second that Les opened his mouth is when I started getting open in my life. And I was like, if he can go through the same problems that I've been through, that I could overcome anything that was going to present me later in life.
Yeah. So you feel like that that really helped move you in a whole different direction, kind of opened your eyes?
Yes, ma'am, because honestly, I felt like there wasn't anybody that cared.
Yeah. Okay. So, and that was like the peer support that
class,
came in. Yeah.
the caregivers program.
Okay. Did you want to add something to that, Cindy?
Well, just Cody, I would think if you would like to share just how you came to work with us.
Okay. I had worked at a volunteer program for 3 to 4 years, parted ways with them, and I was sitting at home for 5 months with literally nothing to do whatsoever. And I got a phone call from a guy by the name of Jensen Jennings, and he said he wanted me to come in and meet people. Well, I came in about 2 weeks later, and I met Raphael and them, and I've been here ever since then.
So, kind of tell us a little bit about what do you do now then with Walton Options?
I am a part of the Career Boost program, which is going into the high schools and the middle schools, and just being able to see the growth and be able to actually see the growth that what we are putting into these schools and seeing these kids grow in the past 7 to 8 months I've been here makes it all worth everything.
So that's kind of a real powerful testimony to what the OEL program can bring. So your primary responsibility then, I guess, is as a peer advocate, so you can kind of relate to what the students are going through. And
Yes, ma'am.
oh, okay. So, and you're enjoying that experience then?
Yes, ma'am. It's been the best 6, 7, 8 months of my life.
Okay, great. Is there anything else you wanted to add about your story or your
No, ma'am.
experience? Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Cody.
So,
You're welcome.
thanks, Cody. I appreciate that.
Yes,
So Cindy, can you provide further details on how the program collaborates with local schools, technical colleges, universities?
I think you covered that,
Okay.
but just to expound on it a little bit more, yes, we collaborate with local educational agencies, LEAs is what we refer to them as, and then as you said, colleges where we work with currently a program called LIFE, which is for young adults in the local community colleges and in the USC system right now. We also work with technical colleges and various other opportunities that we have in order to engage students for South Carolina ages 13 to their 22nd birthday. So that has been wonderful. And just to add into what Cody said and Raphael said, one of the things when we were creating this program that we thought was so exceptionally important was making sure that we had a peer-to-peer aspect to it. It's so important through the independent living philosophy and the movement to make sure that it is consumer driven and that our youth and anyone that we work with has someone else that they can relate to who has been in a similar situation or life experiences. So having a couple of our peer advocates be able to go into the schools and in particular just regarding this Cody's situation going into his school, as you just heard him tell a remarkable story, it made an enormous difference. So I think that the independent living philosophy and how we work things with our peer advocacy program makes a tremendous amount of difference in every aspect, but in particular in the pre-employment training skills program with our OES students.
Raphael, would you like to add something to that?
Yes, the one thing I would like to add is because of situations like Cody, we realize that the ones we don't get, we can present someone like Cody who can incorporate that more when he goes into the classroom, because now he has a passion that maybe this individual don't have, because he and it's fresh on his mind, and he's driven to go into each classroom he goes into and make sure they feel his pain and realize that you can overcome it. Mm-hmm. And then as far as with our collaborations, like I told you, earlier, it's a continuous effort with us. We don't stop at graduation, because not only are we a part of the graduations, but we're a part of all special education nights, any kind of career days at the schools. Okay. So we have a hands-on, relationship with the students until they can come back one day and be just like Cody. So that's what our end result should be. Yeah. Is someone that can return the favor and go back into the community, and we can keep our goal going for Walton Options. Okay. So do y'all have a pretty is there a pretty smooth transition then, would you say, between the OEL program when they graduate high school and when they transition into the workforce or secondary education? Is that a pretty smooth transition for most, or?
I would say that it's on a case-by-case basis, and it's, of course, individualized. But we are making concerted efforts to make sure that we are networking and collaborating with those post-secondary entities so that we can continue to build up our reference and resources in order to help students transition, inclusively and with as much empowerment as possible when they begin their young adult lives.
Exactly.
Okay, so Cody, you just got recently accepted into the USC Life program, right? Pacer Life?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Okay, so can you tell us what that process was like for you?
Yes, ma'am, I can. It was a long process. It's the first thing, but actually being able to go through the process and actually being able to prove that I was able to take that next step. That if I can do it, then anybody else in the right, if you got the right mindset and if you want to do it, that you're more than capable of doing it.
Absolutely.
So I guess a lot of that confidence you got probably came as a result of the Oh Yeah program, giving you
Absolutely.
the confidence and knowing how to advocate.
That and coming in here every day when I was having a hard day and having people tell me, you're capable of doing anything you put your mind to. Yes.
So that was a big help for you.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. So was there something else you wanted to add to about the Oh Yeah program, Cindy, about the peer support element of it, or?
Thank you, Lisa. Yes, I think maybe one of the things in closing that I would like to address is that because of the success of this program, and we're so thankful to be able to continue this, and we're also grateful for all of the local educational agencies, the schools and the school districts and the teachers for welcoming us, thank you, into their homes, into their hearts, into their classrooms. It has been a wonderful opportunity, so much so that we have recently taken the opportunity to add to the curriculum and enhance it. So as this program is one that we want to look at as expanding, as an expansion project, we also wanted to add in additional elements to our curriculum. And we are just finishing up with those, and hopefully we'll be able to start those as early as the beginning of next school year. We've done a few teasers here and there just so that folks can have an idea of what's to come. And we've gotten some tremendous feedback from everyone involved regarding the things that we intend to enhance. If we have time, I would love for Raphael to talk a little bit about some of those areas of enhancement.
Okay.
Yes, with the enhancement, we came together and we thought about all the things that's in our world right now that are forever changing. And if we went in every day with the same curriculum, we still would not be preparing them for the things that we as adults are even experiencing. So what we did is we took upon ourselves to look at issues that are like school shootings or the pandemics like COVID. And then we said, well, okay, let's give them the public health focus to where we can teach them how to be prepared for these things, how to even go home and educate their parents on it. But to have just, as having a disability, but being able to receive all the threats that we understand that are out there. Then we have the sports and leisure. And these are giving them giving them the mindset that they can do things and remain active, and then they can prepare themselves for a life. And then on the last one, definitely the strongest was going to be the advocacy portion of it. Being able to understand the systems advocacy and then self-advocacy, to be able to stand up and then be able to understand that your voice will always be heard.
Okay, excellent. So I want to thank my guests today, Cindy, Raphael, and Cody, for coming on and speaking to us about the Career Boost Oh Yeah program, especially for Cody for sharing his experiences. And I think that makes a very impactful statement on how important the Oh Yeah program is to the students over in South Carolina. So if you want more information about the Career Boost and Oh Yeah program, please feel free to call us here at Walton Options at 706-724-6262. That's 706-724-6262. Just give us a call and someone will be able to call you back and answer any questions you might have about the Career Boost program. So make sure you follow us on Facebook for more episodes of Tea with Lisa. And then follow us also on Instagram and LinkedIn. And if you have any other questions or anything else you want to know about independent living or centers for independent living, like I said, just reach out to us here at Walton Options. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you. Do we all do that?
Yeah,
okay.
we're all waving.